because I think a lot of people want to do collaborations, they want to network, but some people, they just don't know how. I see it on Reddit sometimes. People are like, how do I collaborate with other people? How do I find people? So it's actually, it sounds really simple, but
it does sound simple, but it's hard. Like,
yeah,
imagine
it's hard.
Imagine
Yeah.
you go to the pub and you're like, I heard you guys talking about something. I'd like to talk about that too. They're like, who the fuck are you, man? You're like, okay, sorry. No, but I think it's kind of like that. Like, I find people that I'm interested in and I like their content because I want to collaborate with other creators. You know, I wanted to have this conversation with you because I know quite a bit about you. And I know like this conversation is perfect because I know that we both like to talk about these kinds of things. And that's easy. It's just like, I know you, you know me, I know what you do, you know what I do, and we can have a conversation. I think that's basically it. It's just getting to know people. But like cold calling people, like dropping people a DM. Twitter is an excellent place, I find, for networking because it gives you an opportunity to very candidly interact with people that have no obligation to interact with you. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's completely normal to reply to a tweet and get nothing back from it. Maybe a like, maybe nothing. Doesn't matter. You know, so that's a very interesting thing. I find people that I like and I interact with their content. You know, I don't have any, you know, I'm like, if I see somebody that I like, I'd be like, I'd like to maybe collaborate with them someday. If I know that, you know, if I know their content and their brand well, I'll just spend a bit of time interacting with them. But it's one of those things that I most of the time, I very rarely reach out to, and this is probably a fault and I should probably do it more, but I very rarely reach up, if that makes sense. You know, I don't reach very far up ever. You know, unless I'm comfortable and I know that person, but it's just like, I usually reach out to other people in my space. I've collaborate with the co-streams with quite a few people. You know, I've been invited to a couple podcasts. I've had my buddies from the Red Flags on my co-stream on Sunday for the French Grand Prix. That was a laugh. You know, it was just finding people that you like, and maybe they'll like you. And if they don't know you, I interact with their content. Try to have discussions with them. Don't neg people. You know, like don't be that person. But that's just my approach. You know, if I want to work with somebody, I'll send them DM on Twitter. And the answer is either yes, or the worst they can tell you is no.
No, yeah.
And I think that bothers a lot of people, and it bothers me. I don't like getting turned down, but I don't get upset either, you know.
Yeah.
But definitely, I think that the most natural way that I've found networking works is to genuinely interact with people's content. Genuinely, like, do not just be like, you know, just go say, you know, leave hi on their posts. That's silly. You're not interested in that. But if there's people that you're interested in having a discussion or interacting with their content, interact with them. Genuinely, don't fake it. And my thing is I can't fake it. Like if I just can't fake interact with people. It's just not possible for me, which is good because that means most of my interactions with other people are very natural. Maybe awkward, but at least natural. You know, that's not.
That makes sense.
But yeah. Now, I think that's probably I don't think I have any really good tips for networking.
No, that was the good tip. That was the good tip.
I don't think there's a magic bullet. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But I think that the important thing is to be genuine and be yourself. Because, yeah. And if you're also making content, you know, maybe they'll notice you. And don't worry if they don't fucking notice you because forcing that is difficult as well. You know? And I like when people that have followed me have unfollowed me on Twitter, I used to get annoyed about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Like that's your right as a person to consume. And if you don't like me or what I'm producing, you're not obliged to do anything. Like even if there's people I think are my friends unfollow me, which doesn't happen. You know, I haven't had that, but it should be like if you don't want to see my content or this niche, that's fine. You like all my people, my friends in real life don't have to follow Break on Instagram. I've got a personal Instagram. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. So, networking. Be genuine.